Here are the stories for this video. As always, don't forget to share and like if you enjoy these videos. Without further ado, here we go. I'm just a student, Karen. I was cleaning some kiln shelves off in the ceramic studio during open lab hours. A student and her mother came into the kiln yard and I overheard the student say, "Oh, my pieces didn't get fired." Not my business, I'm just a student and I'm wrapping up my last personal firing of the semester. A few seconds later, there's an aggressive, almost painful tapping on my shoulder. Why didn't her work get fired? It was supposed to be ready to take home today. Student: Mom, that's not my teacher. This goes unheard or ignored by the mother. Me: Sorry, I'm just a student here. I don't fire others' work. Mom: We need her work done by Friday. She's graduating and we are leaving the state. You're so selfish for not putting her stuff in that kiln. I saw how much room you have in there. Student: Looking absolutely mortified behind mom. Me: Explains that I was firing porcelain and that her daughter's work was low-fire clay and would have melted in the kiln. Also state that I'm not allowed to fire other students' pieces unless given the go-ahead by my professor. Mom: That is unacceptable. Get off your fat ass and fire her work. I paid $1,500, bullshit by the way, for this class, and she's going to take home everything she made. Me goes back in the studio. Mom following me into the upper division area, which is off limits to most people. Get back here. I ignore her, just trying to wrap up a couple bowls so I can put them in my bag. She then notices all the work in the advanced space and starts touching it. Mom: Why aren't the intro classes given projects like this? For how much the course is, the content should be better. Student: Mom, we need to learn the basics first. Also ignored. I'm now blocked from exiting the space by a very angry woman who's got her hand on a sculpture my classmate has been working on all semester. She keeps telling me I'm lazy and that firing takes no effort because the kilns are self-regulating. Our kilns are gas and need constant monitoring over several hours. Finally, my saving grace arrives. Our shop manager, who's kind of an asshole with a short fuse, but who I appreciate deeply for all he does, appears behind her. I can see the student pale a little bit knowing what's coming. Lab manager: What the F are you doing in the advanced space? Mom starts going off again. My lab manager looks calmly at me and tells me I can go. He clears the way and I take my chance. And just as I'm leaving the studio, I hear him start yelling, "Justice at last." But my God. Entitled woman thinks I am a student. This happened many years ago. Me and my grandparents were buying flowers at the garden store. The store was run by young people studying gardening. My grandfather had chosen a small rose bush to take his grandmother's grave. There were people lined up at the checkout, so in order not to lengthen the line, I went to see other flowers while my grandparents were waiting. The cashier was right next to the door, so a longer line would have blocked the door. Suddenly, some woman came to me and began to talk to me. EW, a strange woman. Me, someone weird who thinks she can speak English. Entitled woman: Where have you taken all the beautiful flowers? What? Yes. First I thought she meant where we found the roses. Roses are, she interrupts me. Entitled woman: No, I'm tired of it that you always hide the best flowers in the back room, so that you can sell them to relatives. I've earned equally beautiful flowers. Me, sorry, but I don't work here. Entitled woman: They come to my mother's grave. They must be beautiful. At this point, I look at my grandparents, but they don't realize I need help. My grandfather talks to someone he knows and doesn't look at my way. Entitled woman grabs my hand and says angrily, "Are you listening to me?" Me, very confused. I myself was not even in junior high, so I had no idea how she imagined me to be about 4 years older. Well, my grandfather bought roses. They seem to be in good shape. Entitled woman: Where are they? Show them where they are. I walked to the roses while the woman was muttering to herself behind me. Me stopping, "Here," and I'll point the roses. The woman begins to complain about the look of the roses and demands me to bring a better looking. Me, I don't know if they have any more roses. You might want to ask the cashier or someone who works here. The woman does not listen to me, but continues to ask questions. Finally, I pick up one of the roses and say to the woman, "This looks good. It has open flowers and a few buds, so it should bloom for a long time with proper care. This is what my grandfather bought." Entitled woman, "Well, if you have no others, then I guess this is good. But you better come to the cash desk right away so I can plant this before dark. How much does this cost?" I'm starting to walk towards the cashier and outside doors where my grandparents are already waiting and say, "I don't know, ask the cashier." A woman is just saying something when my grandfather calls me. Grandfather, "Well, come on now, OP, we should go to the cemetery." Me, "Okay." I walk to my grandfather and hear entitled woman rushing over to the cashier and just passing the woman paying her flowers and beginning to complain about how unprofessional I am. I stop at the door to see when the salesman answers confused to the woman. Salesman, "But she doesn't work here. After all, she doesn't look old enough to be one of the students, and besides, I just sold flowers to her family." Only now does the woman turn around and look at me properly. She turns completely red and starts stuttering but can't say anything, while I wave at her and run after my grandparents. Stop calling! I don't work for you! This has been taking place over the last weeks, but let me give you a background. I don't know any other job that does this, but my job will have my boss text me what my work schedule is for the week. If they are short-staffed, she will text me the night before asking, not demanding me to do a shift. I know no other job that has that setup, but I am sure there are plenty. Now for the cast. CS, crazy supervisor. G, guy whom the crazy supervisor was trying to reach. M is manager, F is friend, and then I will just be me. A few weeks ago, I got a text from crazy supervisor at 1 a.m. Guy, this is GS. You are on first shift. I woke up since I really need to turn my text alarms down, so I messaged back, I am not G. There's no G, so nope. The CS texted back, G, stop messing around. I am Miss Insert Man name that is never a surname. I am your supervisor. You need to do as I say. I texted back, still not G. I am my name, and I don't know man name that is never a surname. I don't even know anyone named that. I am a female to boot. You got the wrong number. Please check it. After that, no text until the next day, which followed the same formula. And this went on for a couple of weeks, every couple of days. Then one day, I started getting calls from strange numbers. All would hang up and then text me, calling me G's name, and all with the CS saying she tried calling him, but got no one. Seriously, she would hang up before I could even answer. You know, during the first ring. I tried calling her back and even left voice messages telling her I am not G. Stop calling. Stop texting. I don't work for you. She did that repeatedly for a while until yesterday. Yesterday, she called me when I was just getting off work and my friend was picking me up. Is that her? Asked F. Yep, I replied and answered the phone. She was on it this time and livid. Hell, I started, never got it out. G, stop this nonsense. You have work right now. Get here. She snapped. Look, lady, I don't work for you. I am not a guy in any way. Do I sound male to you? Stop this BS, I said. My friend wandered off while I was on the phone. I wasn't too far off from my workstation. CS was now going off and swearing. I am your supervisor. If you don't come in, you are fired, she yelled. I don't have a supervisor. I have a manager, and she doesn't have a man's first name for a last name or sound insanely suspicious. I snapped. I was so done with this. I was about to start yelling horrible things when my manager touched my shoulder. My friend had found my manager and got her. My manager gestured to me to hand over my phone. I did as I could hear CS going totally nutso on the other line. Stop yelling now. How dare you treat my employee so poorly, snapped M. After some more shouts that could be heard over the phone, M then yelled, if you ever talk to my employee again, I am calling the cops. She shouted into the phone before clicking a few buttons. Sorry, I blocked her. Just block any number from here. She is not with us, she said. No kidding. CS thought my name was named G. She is not, said F. That is crazy, said M. My phone started to ring. It was another one of the numbers CS used. Her again? Asked M. Yeah, I said and blocked it. I was scared to block her in case she was a boss in some way here, as I do have a few male names as nicknames, so I thought she might be confused. I said, no, only I or other manager will message you your schedule and we will never raise our voice at you like that. You have a boss that does that? Report them, said M, before she sent me off to enjoy the rest of my day. I love my boss and friends. They are all so awesome. So, those were the stories for today's video. Let me know what you think about the stories in the comments below. As usual, please like if you enjoy these stories and subscribe if you want to stay up to date on more future videos. Thanks for listening and I'll see you in the next video.